Happy New Year!
Hi, I'm Katie.
And I'm Corinne.
Welcome to the show. Just a reminder that the end of the semester for the Tech Center is January 15th.
The second semester of CDL training takes place on February 16th in the auto classroom. We have a couple trivia questions throughout the show. The first question is up next. How many triangles are there total on the Times Square ball? A, 1,893, B, 2,688, or C, 4,093?
Up next, we have cooking tips with culinary with December Student of the Month, Weston Bowles.
We're back with culinary cooking tips with me. I'm Weston Bowles, and today we're gonna make grilled ham and cheese. All right, so first things you'll need is 2 pieces of bread. Any bread works. I have white bread now. Cheese, obviously ham, and then you need a fork to flip, and then a knife to spread your butter with. And then for pans, I have 1 pan to warm the ham in, and then another one to make the grilled ham and cheese. And then I have gloves. You don't need gloves if you're eating it yourself. And then cooking spray. So first, I'm gonna spread some butter onto the bread. All right, there's 1 and 2. All right, so now that we have butter on the bread, we're gonna preheat our pan. So you need cooking spray. Spray it on there pretty generously, and we'll warm it up. There we go. All right, and then for our second pan, for the ham, we're gonna do the same thing. Pan coating, fire it up. So now that those are warming, we're gonna get our ham in the pan. So I got it in, and that will just warm it so it won't be cold inside of your sandwich. And now we have our buttered bread. We're gonna throw, our pan's big enough. If you don't have a big enough pan, you can just put them on top of each other. But I have a big enough one, so I'll put them down like so. Voila. So we're gonna put our cheese onto the bread. Like that, boom. And you can hear our hams going. So we're gonna flip our ham. You can just use a fork or a spatula. Just try not to scrape the bottom of your pan. All right, voila. So we're gonna check the bottoms. Not quite done yet. We're looking for a golden brown. Transfer it over to the grilled cheese. There's 1. So now we've flipped our grilled cheese over onto the other piece, and the ham is collected. Now we'll turn our heat off because the cheese will melt from the ham, and then you can take it off the heat. So we're gonna take it off. We'll flip it. Voila. All right, now it's time to transfer it onto your plate to cut it or your cutting board. Bring it over, voila. And then you plate it and enjoy. Now you know how to make grilled ham and cheese. I'm trying to open this cheese. A cheesy situation. So now we wait. Boom.
Cosmetology has a January special where you can receive 50% off of a Malibu service or a free haircut with any chemical service.
We have this week's Top 5 video with Andrea.
Hey, welcome back to Top 5. Today we're counting up the top 5 New Year's resolutions for 2021. In number 1, you guys said that you decided to get healthy this year. Number 2, we have sleeping better. Everybody needs their 8 hours of rest. If not, you're gonna come to school and be super tired all the time, so get your sleep. Number 3, love yourself more. Everybody needs to do this one as well. This is my favorite one. Everybody needs to love themselves. Number 4 is drinking more water. And number 5, we have going on a vacation. Thanks for watching this week's Top 5. Happy New Year!
In what year was January 1st officially declared the first day of the new year? A. 46 BC, B. 42 BC, or C. 27 BC? What was your New Year's resolution? Mine is to learn how to use a pogo stick.
Mine was to just drink more water every day. Also, marketing would like to remind everyone that the store is open for business. Just talk to your teacher for the times your class is able to go.
The winners for the can drive in the AM classes were CIE in first place with 108 items donated, and in second place was Health with 33 items donated. In the PM classes, the first place winner was Cosmetology with 89 items donated, and in second place was the Prep and Work-Based Learning with 68 items donated. Good job, guys!
With all this bad weather coming and going, let's learn some great tips about how to drive in the winter properly.
So when driving in the wintertime, winter tires are always recommended because they have a deeper and more flexible tread, so this helps gain more traction on the road. To avoid skidding on the road, steer in the direction of where you started to lose traction so that you don't have to overcorrect your mistake. The anti-lock braking system helps you steer in emergencies by restoring your traction to your tires and is standard on most new vehicles. And so what this means is that when the anti-lock braking system activates, it may pulse or vibrate your brake pedal, so this is normal, and just continue to press and hold pressure on the brake pedal. But always remember, you are your car's best safety feature, and always be cautious while driving in the wintertime.
We have one last trivia question for you. What is Mr. Walker's New Year's resolution?
Find Mr. Walker or talk it over with your class. The first class to email Mr. Turner the answer will win a prize. The correct answer will be revealed on the next episode of the show.
Thanks for tuning in. Closing out, we'll have the last word with Mr. Walker.
Yes, it's 2021. I know everybody was looking forward to taking 2020 and pushing it away. Hopefully your new year has started off better. There's hope on the way. Good things are happening in 2021. So good to be back in school. Thanks for tuning in to Mr. Walker's Last Word. I want to talk to you today about something called the BlackBerry moment. And I got this story from Ernie Johnson out of his book Unscripted. Some of you might know Ernie Johnson from television. He hosts a show Inside the NBA with Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith. And he's been a longtime baseball announcer. But I read his book over the break, and he had a great story of what he calls a BlackBerry moment. Sometimes it's an unsurprised, sweet, unpredictable moment that makes our life so great. It's a moment that comes up that you weren't expecting, but you learned something valuable from it. Well, Ernie told a story about when he was an 8-year-old playing baseball. And it was the bottom of the ninth, and they were down, and they were in the field, and there was a lot of pressure, and everybody was all excited. Well, he was playing shortstop, and the other team hit one into the woods. And they had to stop the game because they couldn't find two of the outfielders. They looked for them, they couldn't find them, they weren't in their position, center and left field. Well, finally, after walking in the woods, they found these two boys in the midst of this competitive, super important Little League game, eating blackberries. Those BlackBerry moments are honest, unpredictable moments where you can learn something. I hope that this year is full with BlackBerry moments where you learn something in even the smallest, most modest things. So I want you to really think, what's a BlackBerry moment that caused you to stop and pause and smile? It might not have been in the bottom of the ninth in a really important Little League game, but when did it happen? When did you stop and pause and smile and go, you know what, that was a good lesson? Thank you, and I look forward to seeing you every day in the hallways. Thanks for tuning in to Mr. Walker's Last Word.